Hi guys, Steven here, back with another video. This one is titled, Is 2004-2008 Kanye the best one? I was 13 when I first heard, the first Kanye West song I heard, I believe it was Through the Wire. I wasn't familiar with producer Kanye, Kanye who was, probably going back to the late 90s, just shopping about his beats and then, later on, start to get a couple of big breaks. He was producing on Jay-Z's album, but then, he ultimately got a big break, and I think Dame Dash is really the one that gets the credit for seeing the potential in Kanye as a rapper. I believe that the Jay-Z, he wasn't maybe really sold on Kanye initially, but Kanye West though, Kanye is just a character. What can you say about Kanye? But I think when it comes to guys like Kanye and their personality, put it this way, the world would be a boring place without Kanye. I feel like I can relate in many ways to Kanye. I don't know what it is, but I think when he just talks and he gives his opinion on something and he tells it like it is, what you see is what you get. That cannot be disputed with Kanye. And just I think his music, it comes from a very, it just comes from like a deep spiritual place. As someone who writes lyrics. I write raps myself. I don't know. There's something about him, man. He's definitely, he's a big inspiration to me. But, Kanye started in 2004, and I remember this early 2004 time. Yeah, it was about maybe February 2004. He had Through the Wire, the Shaka Khan sample, and great song, and I can remember at the time there was a version. There was two different versions. There was the one where he's rapping with his mouth word shut after it was the car accident late 2002, I believe. And then there's one he's rapping without, his mouth word shut. But overall, though, that song is still a great freaking song. But then it was about a month after that, I believe, and that's when Slow Jams came out. And the one, with Jamie Foxx with Twista, some Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita. That's another great song. And I think it was only a month it came out. It was about a month after Through the Wire it came out. And I don't know if that's just because in Britain, back then, we still got the songs a little bit later. They were released a little bit later after, they'd be released in America first. And now when songs are out there, it's the same release date pretty much ever in the world now. But maybe that was smart on the part of the record company, to get another song out there with Kanye just about a month or so after. So he's there, he's in our minds, he's in the minds of the public, and then so that's it. You're exposed to Kanye, you know him. So if that was the plan of the record label, that was very smart to do it like that. But overall, Kanye, Twista, they also had that other song, was it Overnight Celebrity? They work well together, and then Jamie Foxx also. Jamie Foxx always tells that story now. He's always going in the talk shows telling that story how he wanted to sing it more. It was maybe more low key. Kanye made him sing it, that chorus, and he wanted to be more, kind of like maybe more kind of like a, I don't know, like a 60s soul singer, you could say, or like a Motown singer. But hey, it was a big record, and it was. I think it must be the biggest record that Jamie Foxx has been on, and he's decent, he's not bad, Jamie Foxx, when it comes to, some of his songs, and then he gets rappers to do, get a feature on. He's not bad, but and then you had Jesus Walks, so then Jesus Walks. I don't know what it was. Jesus Walks was never really a song I was a huge fan of. But again, it's Kanye. He's very much, it's very much a lot to do with Christianity, and many songs with Kanye. Kanye's always mentioning about Jesus. Obviously, there's the Jesus is King album he did 3 years ago. But it's, that song. It's not one that I went out of my way to listen to much. It's not one I ever had downloaded on my iPod or have on Spotify. But overall, you can't. It's not like I would say it's a shit song. Overall it's decent. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, I respect Kanye because the more you get out about, the word of God, and I do believe in God. And then and sometimes in the music business you hear about how satanic things can be and all the dark shit, all the occult shit. But when you get that more of that positive, kind of spiritual message, it's always good to get that. It's just because you get that in politics, you get that in many industries. It's very much that we don't do God mentality. So it's good when you get more of that, a positive message out there with your songs, and then you get people thinking as well. And then you had All Falls Down, another great rap, a good song. Yeah, that was one that I liked. What's the very last line? We're all self-conscious, I'm just the first to admit it. This is Kanye again, letting you know, hey, he's up front, he's honest. And yeah, I mean, it's a good song. What was it? The major that she majored in don't make no money, and then the parents look, something like that. But yeah, again, it was decent rhyming, good. I like the rhyme schemes, and yeah, it was a good record overall. And I mean, overall, this album they had, College Dropout, great first album. And there was also the song was at the You Workout Plan, which is kind of a silly song, but kind of funny. And I think that might have been the song that actually came out at the very start, but maybe it didn't do that well. It wasn't really a hit over here in the UK. I think that's one that John Legend's in the video, but he also makes an appearance in Slow Jams as well. But overall, College Dropout, good album, And then the next album, it was Late Registration. And some of the songs you have Heard 'Em Say, featuring Adam Levine of Maroon 5. That is an underrated track in my book. That is a good song. I think it's the second verse on that song, but something about, what's the line? Jesus, one day that you see him, the devil is alive, I feel him breathing. Like, there's some quality lines in here, very, very deep, and I like it. That's one of the songs it's up there for me when it comes to Kanye West records. You gotta Touch the Sky, Lupe Fiasco. Da 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 da. Great one, the old sample. But again, good song. And Lupe's got a great verse. The video is quite cool. It was $1 million Kanye paid. It was his own money, and then he went broke again. He might have been, in the red at this point after, but again, very good track. I love Touch the Sky. Gold Digger again. Oh, everyone loved Gold Digger back in the day. Trust me, I remember. I mean, all my mates and people I knew had that song downloaded on, the MP3 players. That was another great song. Another one, it was a Ray Charles sample, but great job there. Great with Jamie Foxx on that song. There was also Diamonds from Sierra Leone. That's another good one, and an old sample. But that's another good one. Just overall, again, solid second album. Late Registration was, and 2005 overall was a solid year for rap. You had at the start, it was Pharrell and Snoop, Drop It Like It's Hot. Then they had another, that song Let's Get Blown. You had LL Cool J, who had Hush. You had 50 Cent in The Game. They had was it How We Do, Hate or Love It. I mean, that 2005 is a great year for rap. But that's up there. That is up there. And then 2007 was 2007 is when it was Graduation. That was the third album Kanye had. And Kanye, the one of the songs, I know he's talked about it before, that he doesn't really rate Gold Digger and Touch the Sky, maybe not as much as a lot of diehard Kanye fans rate those songs, not probably as much as I rate those songs, but he was saying about Can't Tell Me Nothing. That's probably a song that he feels is all about. That sums up yeah in a nutshell. What is it? You can't tell me. You tell me something? You can't tell me nothing. That's Kanye all out there with his ego. Wait till I get my money right. Nah, 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 nah. That one. But overall, it's a good one. I wouldn't say it's one of my favourite tracks from Kanye, but it's decent. Stronger. That was out summer 2007. Daft Punk sample. Really good song. I'm a big fan of Daft Punk, and it was great to have this song, to have this sample. I think this song personally is what got Kanye to the next level. Personally, I mean, I really do. And the opening line, "Let's get lost tonight. You can be my black Kate Mustard." That's brilliant. I love that. It still is a great song overall. Good video as well. You see Kanye West kind of having a mental breakdown in the video. Maybe that in real life he had a mental breakdown prior to that. I don't know. But overall, though, good song, good video. Thumbs up. Gets a thumbs up from me. Then you had Good Life featuring T-Pain. That's another decent song, and that was back when T-Pain was at its hottest. He was at his hottest, with the auto-tune, that whole thing, and overall good track. It was good to get T-Pain on that. You had also, this is another one that I like, Flashing Lights. That's an underrated track. I think overall that's a good one. What is it? She don't believe in shooting stars, but she believes in shoes and cars. Those and the you apart. That one. That's another good song. I like that one. Homecoming featuring Chris Martin. I like that. This is another good one, and this is one I probably ought to listen to more. I'm into this one. Was it? Do you remember when fireworks in Lake Michigan? Oh, that was another decent song, Homecoming. And Chris Martin. Kanye was big on Chris Martin. You liked him. Jay-Z. He's into Chris Martin. I think they're friends. But overall, though, this was a good one. I like this one. I Wonder. That song. The English guy, Labi Sifri, if I said his name right. This is a sample there, and that's another decent song. That's definitely one to check out. I really like that song. So at this point, Kanye West, with Graduation, and he had the battle with 50 Cent when it came to their album, with 50 Cent, his album Curtis. And it was this feud that, it was all just media hype, really, the feud. There was no real feud. There was no real rap beef. I think they both, Kanye West and 50 Cent, they got along with one another. But it was kind of like, there was the whole stipulation of, if 50 Cent said, if Kanye sold more records of him, then 50 Cent would retire. Kanye ultimately did sell more records than 50 Cent, and then 50 Cent didn't retire. That was a weird one to me. I don't understand, where was the stipulation? If this is almost like a wrestling feud, a wrestling angle, where was the stipulation? What would happen if Kanye had lost? What would happen then? There was that was never made clear. But I mean, who knows what goes on really with these fake beefs or fake feuds or rivalries or whatever the hell it was. I don't know. It was. I mean, it could all just be planned out from the record executives and the labels. You never know really what really goes on behind the scenes. But I think this ultimately did get Kanye to the next level, I'd say. And then the next album that was in 2008, it was 808s and Heartbreak. And this was the album, this was the Autotune album, I guess you could call it, You had the songs, you had Love Lockdown, you had Heartless. Overall they were good songs, and Kanye went outside the box with these songs, and you gotta give him credit for that. I mean, Kanye West, he wanted to try singing, and he did the whole thing with the auto-tune thing, which was quite popular at the time. And then, because the whole thing with his mother, who passed away, it was complications, some cosmetic surgery. She had passed away on November the 10th, 2007. It was a real tough time, but he had that power at that point in the industry that say, hey, I'm not just going to do an album I'd be rapping. I want to do something different, and Kanye had the leverage and the star power and everything to do that. But yeah, overall though, he did something different. Some might say, oh well, it wasn't a great album. It was this, that, there, or but he went outside the box. You've got to give him credit for that. And overall, I generally believe that this period, when it comes to Kanye's music, was the best. This was the period that I enjoyed the most out of Kanye. A lot of times now, and Dame Dash makes the point that a lot of people don't really know about Kanye West, really his music. They just know of what goes on in the media, what controversial comment has he made this time, who's he got, what celebrities he got beef with, what's been going on with him and Kim Kardashian, and it's a valid point that he made, because I noticed that I hadn't really been following his music from about 2010 onwards. I hadn't really been into all of his stuff. And I think part of that is that maybe once you get older, you get to a certain point where you're not always checking for what's popular. You're not checking for the top songs in the charts. But then also, I think with Kanye, it got a little bit, was it that one Powered or whatever, where it's like a 20-minute video or whatever, and it's maybe 3-4 minutes of a song, but it's a freaking 20-minute music video. A lot of that stuff can be a bit too much, I think a lot of people, you just want to really see a song and hear the song, It's all good having, good long music videos. Obviously Michael Jackson had a few, obviously Thriller was one. But I think ultimately you just want to hear the song, really, It's all nice to have a nice big video and a big budget and do something real fancy and almost kind of like a short film, but then Kanye, it's even like with Michael Jackson. I really like the song "Rock Your World," or "Rock My World." But there's the whole video, and then he has Chris Tucker there, and maybe somewhat a little bit similar to kind of like a bit of a Rush Hour vibe, you could say. But overall though, I just want to listen to the song. I don't want to sit through a 11-minute video, And that's probably the problem with some of this Kanye stuff. It's a bit too maybe elaborate, but I get it. He's in a position where he can do that. And he can be out there and be outside the box and express himself, creatively. And just be creative as possible, to the max. And that's totally fine. It's just not really my whole thing. But he still has good hits, there's one the one he did with Kendrick, No More Parties in LA. That's a top hit, man. That's a good one. And Kanye and it's a shame that Kanye and Kendrick haven't worked more together. Because I think they definitely could bring out the best in one another. But then you had Jesus is King. That's another good song. There's good songs on there. There's a good one he did on Donda, Jesus Lord, with Jay Electronica. Pure Souls is another good one. He still has hits, But I personally feel that Kanye West from 2004, 2008, that was the best Kanye. That was just a great time in rap, and those songs, one after another, were hits, solid music. And I think overall Kanye, yeah, he is the man, and to me, it's either him or Nas when it comes to who my favorite rapper is. But Kanye though is just he's just a unique guy, man. There's only Kanye West. There's no one else in the world you could say, oh, he's like Kanye West. You can say certain aspects of some of these, the personalities maybe a little bit like Kanye with their ego and that, but there's only one Kanye, man, and I love that guy. He's a good dude. He really does mean well at his core, and hopefully mentally he'll get in a better place. And obviously it's tough when you see this little man-child Pete Davidson who's now with your wife, but it's overall he'll get in a better place. The good always prevail. The good always do prevail. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the Kanye West from his music from 2004 to 2008. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Okay, take care. Peace.